After 4+ years of the best story WWE has ever told in its history, it's time to finally ask the question: is the Bloodline story finally coming to an end, or is it just beginning? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. Hey, we do some fun stuff here on this channel. We talk about WWE, Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, email videos, and today we got a good one because it is an email. We did get an email. Our good friend Billy, who listens all the time, who watches all the time, who actually even comments in emails all the time, which I definitely appreciate. We have some concerns. He sent in, he sent in both a very lengthy comment on one of the last videos I made, which I will get to. I don't think it's going to be this video, even though I think I mentioned to you that I was going to read you or answer you back on this video, but you also had sent an email, and I think the email is a very intriguing email. It's one that we need to talk about. So I'm going to talk about your email here in this video, but also I'm going to answer that comment in another video. So I will get to it, but I'm going to read you all the email. I want you to know what Billy said to me, and we're going to get into it here. We're going to figure out maybe if we can try to navigate and find ourselves the answers here, okay? Billy says, Travis, what's going on with Triple H and his writers? Here's my main question. With the exception of Cody's WrestleMania win, does creative just want us to forget all of 2024? And if you're thinking, Billy, what are you talking about? He elaborates. He says, here's a few examples. Solo gets super pushed all of 2024. He goes from being a jobber to being built up, great in main eventing, to now disappearing and a no-show at the Royal Rumble. Number 2, Bloodline's story for 4+ years is arguably the hottest storyline in decades. Yet as of right now, we really don't know if it's over and if Solo has had his last match with Roman ended and then that's it. And then what an uneventful ending that would be. Number 3, the Sammy KO thing is okay, but I think fans were wanting to see Sammy turn to KO, helping him against Cody, and now having KO attack Sammy in last Raws seems like another rushed KO and Sammy WrestleMania match, which is fine, but I'm scared we might see another repeat of Jay versus Jimmy the way the writers have been. And then now the last one, number 4. And then, of course, the biggest one being Cody and The Rock. Am I being out of line, not being impressed with creative? Now, that is a lot to unpack, and we're going to unpack it. Trust me. So, if you are in it for the long haul, if you are interested in this video, stick around. Let's get into it. I'm just, of course, going to express my thoughts, my opinions on it, obviously. I'm just a fan, just like you are. We all are here on Wicked Bitter, so we just like to talk about things together, okay? So let's break down the email. Let's go one by one. You got 4 things here. I'm not going to spend so much time on each one, but let's get through some of this here. First of all, I just want to say, I don't think you're out of line for being unimpressed. I don't think you're out of line at all, because there have been some things that are kind of questionable, that WWE has done lately. So let's get into one of them here. Solo gets super pushed all of 2024. He goes from being a jobber to being built up great in main eventing to now disappearing and no showing the Royal Rumble. You're not wrong with this. Solo was a jobber to start a lot of it. And honestly, he had big wins. He had that big win against Cena at WrestleMania, and that didn't amount to anything really. The only time Solo actually stepped out of the shell, it was when Roman left after losing his title to Cody, and then that's when Solo started to speak. That I had a problem with. It just came out of nowhere. He started to speak, became that leader of his bloodline. And then, WWE had to build him up. They had to push him. They had to make him look like he was at least somewhat close to being on the same level as Roman Reigns to show like he's a threat to Roman Reigns. And so that ultimately when Roman Reigns beats him, it could be a big victory for Roman. So I do agree with you there. The whole no showing at the Royal Rumble is, I think it's because WWE knows what they have with Jacob Fatu. I think it comes down to Fatu. They know what they have with him, right? I think they view Fatu the way that they wanted to view Solo. I think Fatu's stock and his popularity, I think it's skyrocketed. And it just naturally, people just love Jacob Fatu. I mean, look at us here. We glaze and praise Braun Breaker on Raw, of course, but on SmackDown, Nobody's touching Fatu. For SmackDown for me is Fatu. I watch SmackDown in hopes to see Fatu. So I'm not the only one that feels that way. A lot of us love Jacob Fatu. It's clear with the pops he gets, everything. So I think what they're trying to do here is when Solo walked out and he put the jacket over his shoulder, he walked through the crowd and he left. I think the purpose of all of this was to shift the focus over to Fatu. Build him up. I mean, look what he's doing. He's feuding with Braun Strowman. He's beating big dudes up, guys that are bigger than him up. He's taking on more. He's cutting more promos. He's saying that he's no longer going to be in the shadow of anybody. And I don't want it to play second fiddle to anyone anymore. He's tired of the disrespect. He said that he is just getting started. Not us. Not me and Tama Tonga. Not me and Solo. Not me and the Bloodline. He said, I'm just getting started. So all of this is going on to Fatu. So I think they're doing that because I think, in my mind, early prediction, early booking, I think they're going to try to get a Solo versus Fatu at WrestleMania, and that'll be the big match for Fatu. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. So I'm going to just say it now so that I can have it out there, and later on when it comes to fruition, we can all look back and be like, damn, Trav was right. Because I got a good feeling about that. I think it's going to be Fatu for Solo, and I also think maybe there's a chance that Solo finds a way. He said it before. He said it to Fatu. He said it a while back that when he loses the Ulafala, he has to acknowledge Roman Reigns as tribal chief. And not only did he say that he had to, Solo said that Jacob Fatu will have to acknowledge Roman as tribal chief. And I don't think Fatu is going to do that. Let's get to the second part of your question. Bloodline story for 4+ years is arguably the hottest storyline in decades. Yet as of right now, we really don't know if it's over and if Solo's last match with Roman ended and that's it, or and that'll be an uneventful ending. So yes, I kind of incorporated a number 2 answer into number 1. So they kind of go hand in hand here. I won't elaborate much further on that part, but I don't think it's over. I think the Bloodline storyline is going to go basically as long as it possibly can right before Roman officially, finally calls it a quits and retires from WWE. I think this is going to be his last major thing. He's doing this because it's interesting, and not only that, he's also trying to put his entire family in good hands before he leaves. I truly believe that's the vision. I think that's what he's trying to do. It's done wonders for Jay already. He's going on to WrestleMania. I think it's going to do wonders for Jimmy. Fatu is not... it's going to do wonders for Fatu. I hope it does well for Tama Tonga. I feel like he's a little left out on this. I hope Tama Tonga comes away okay. It's done well for Solo so far. So I think Roman is doing this on purpose. I think this Bloodline story, there's so many chapters, so many layers, and not only that, so many Samoans and people that you can put into the story. Everything all ties into this. Everything can relate all the way back to the Bloodlines. I love this. This is the best thing they've decided to do ever, in my opinion. And I think that's where they're going with that. So I don't think the Bloodline story is over at all. Number 3 is the Sami and KO thing is okay, but I think fans were wanting to see Sami turn to KO, helping him against Cody, and now having KO attack Sami last Raw seems like another rushed KO-Sami WrestleMania match, which is fine, but I'm scared we'll see a repeat of Jay and Jimmy. I understand where you're coming from. I don't see it that way. I don't think it's rushed because there's so many callbacks you could have here. You can dig up things from the past year or two. We still got a couple of months till Mania. I think they got plenty of time to design whatever story they want to roll with here. Clearly, I think we all think are the same thing. The reason why he attacked Sami was because Sami was actually ringside. He was there during the ladder match, and Sami didn't stop Cody from killing his best friend. He didn't stop Cody from climbing up top and grabbing the titles. Sami did nothing. Sami did nothing at all, which I would have a problem with if my best friend of my entire life was sitting there and you didn't want to help me out when I'm getting my head driven right through a freaking ladder. I understand. You could have helped, but you didn't. So I think that's what Kevin Owens' problem is. And if they have a match at WrestleMania, which is what it's looking like it's building to, I'm okay with it. These guys right now, I know it's another Sami versus KO match, but I'm telling you right now, Sami and KO both at the same time have never been at the level that they are currently and faced each other. Because they have faced each other before, and it was always an imbalance of KO is up here and Sami's not quite there yet. But now these two are up here. These two, am I even? These two are up here. These guys are operating on the highest level they've ever operated in WWE. This is the perfect time to do this. Kevin Owens has got crazy heat on him. Sammy is this beloved babyface. Perfect time to do this. I'm not saying it's my ideal, most picture-perfect thing that I want for either guy at Mania, but if that's the road we take, I'm not exactly too mad about it. And I don't think it's going to be like Jay and Jimmy as far as match quality, because these two, when they get in their bag, they can pull out 5-star, 10-star, 12-star class, whatever stars you want to give it, they can give it the max stars of any match they ever get into with one another. And number 4, we got Cody, of course, the one thing being Rock and Cody. Yeah, this one threw everybody for a loop. This is actually what I think has changed the course of all of this heading into WrestleMania, because The Rock coming out on the Netflix debut, and basically he came out wearing Final Boss stuff. He came out with Final Boss music. He had the Final Boss douchebag glasses on. He came out to the nines like the Final Boss. But the promo and everything he did in that ring after that entrance did not line up to what the Final Boss is. So a lot of people thought this was a mistake. A lot of people thought this was an oversight. Whatever you want to call it. I think it was a clear indication, at least under our perspectives, right? Like anything could change. Maybe we're all being played and we don't know it. But as far as things look right now, it looks like that was the way, WWE's way and The Rock's way of saying, hey, I'm not going to make it to Mania, so I'm just going to level with everybody and talk to them like Dwayne The Rock Johnson and not Dwayne The Rock Final Boss Johnson, whatever. It's different. So I think Rock broke there. I think we're going to circle back and get to it. I don't know how they're going to revive it. I don't know how they're going to pick back up from where they left off when The Rock hated Cody, because now you've crossed a boundary here where he's having drinks with Cody, he's hugging Cody, telling Cody he loves him. I don't know how you come back from that unless we're going to completely scrap The Rock versus Cody. I hope they don't, because I want to know what The Rock handed Cody from his pocket all those months ago after last WrestleMania. I need to know what's going on there. I need a resolution. I need a Cody versus Rock match. There's still a lot there to go for. I just don't know how they bounce back. They could always play the fact that, The Rock was fooling everybody. He was just playing nice. You could do that. It depends on how well you do it to get everybody to believe it. So, I don't know. I don't think we're completely out on that yet. I don't think WWE wants us to forget any of these things, but I think they want us to at least put it to the side of our minds for now and focus on something else, because I think we're going to circle back and get there. But I don't think Rock versus Cody is happening this WrestleMania, and I don't think Rock's performing this WrestleMania, because other matches are looking like they're already starting to build up, and there will be nowhere to put The Rock. So I think we're going to get back to it. I think just not right now, but I also don't think WWE wants us to forget anything. All right, my friends. Fantastic email from Billy. I mean, those are 4 great points. Loved everything you had to say about it. I will get back to your comment, which was a very lengthy comment. I'm going to make another video. We're going to talk about that stuff too. But yeah, if any of you have any opinions you would like to share, wickedbittermedia@gmail.com. Send it in. We will do videos. We will answer it. We'll talk about it together. It's a fun time. And if you've been here through the whole video and you're not subscribed yet, I ask that you please subscribe. At least, think about subscribing at least. It's free. I'm not going to charge you anything. It's just a wrestling channel where a wrestling fan wants to talk to other wrestling fans. So I would love to be a part of our wrestling experience together. That'd be a great time. So everybody, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We will be out with more videos, of course. And if I'm feeling up to it, which I think I am, I'm feeling a little better. My voice is a little still stretched. But I would like to live stream SmackDown. So if I do, I will post about it, and if I don't, I won't post about it. I think I am going to live stream SmackDown. At least I'm going to try to. Okay. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. See you on the next video. I'll see you on the stream if you can make it. And until then, my friends, as always... Oh, I didn't say the thing. I got to say, until we eat again. I'm sorry. I almost missed that. Until we eat again, as always, stay bitter.